up guys, it's Jordan here and welcome back to another Rainbow Six video. Today unfortunately I have got a cold, but I am going to be doing a new series called Rainbow Six Siege Ranked Tips and Tricks, which is where I go over everything that I've learned in Ranked in order to help you guys get higher up in the leagues. So each video in this series will obviously focus on a specific topic. Today's video is going to be based on how to get out of gold, because this actually applies to me massively. I got stuck in gold for ages and only recently just made it out to platinum, so it was a very difficult journey for me to get there, so I thought I would share some tips that I took into account when trying to get out of gold. So without further ado, we're going to hop straight into the first point, and the first point is one that I have really been working on trying to do more recently, and that is not burning yourself out. And by this, what I mean is if you're playing rank and maybe you're really pushing to get into your next league, however you're having a bad day and you keep losing games, don't keep playing them over and over again. I used to do this all the time. Every Thursday I do what's known as Siege Night, where I always just like sit down and play Siege, because I don't do anything else on Thursdays, and I always push ranked, and sometimes I've had days where I keep losing and losing, and I get more and more frustrated, and I think, oh, I'll play one more game and it'll pick back up. It never does. It just gets worse and worse, and you keep losing more games. You get frustrated, you start playing worse, and then it just goes downhill from there. So when you're playing ranked, if you're not having a good day or having a few games that aren't going well, take a few hours off, take a day off, just don't keep pushing yourself to play it, because all you're going to do is end up losing more rating, so then when you finally do take a break, you're going to be starting from like a lot lower than you were originally. Burning myself out was probably one of the main issues I had when I was playing ranked, and that is a lot of the reason why I kept on fluctuating between silver and gold, because I'd get into gold, I'd get really excited, I would keep pushing and pushing and trying to get higher, and it wouldn't go my way. I'd burn myself out and I'd end up back at silver and really pissed off the next day. So my second tip on how to get out of gold is to be able to switch up your playstyle or the way you're playing on the fly. So again, this goes back to the point of if you're having a bad day and you're not playing so well, but you want to keep on playing, you haven't quite got to the point yet where you're burnt out, but it's not working for you and you keep losing, then you need to learn to change up your tactics on the fly. So if you're playing a game and you keep trying to rush in, not rushing, but you know, you're being quite aggressive, quite pushing and really trying to push forward to sort of put pressure on the enemy and it's not working and you keep dying, then it's a good idea maybe to switch it up, take it slow and try and keep your opponents guessing what you're going to do next, because if every single round you just charge straight for the front door and try to go in for a full front assault, then they're going to know every time where you're coming, whereas all of a sudden if you keep switching up every round, you try something different, you're going to keep them guessing, they're not going to be prepared, and it's going to work a lot better for you than just continuously doing the same thing. Even though that may work sometimes, you know, if you're a really good Twitch player and you're really good at reflexes, you know, that's not a bad thing and you can do that most of the time, but sometimes you need to know when it's time to switch it up, because the higher you get in the leagues, the better the players are, the more alert they are, and the more you need to start adapting to the people you're playing with. So my third point is a very well-known one that I've mentioned a lot before in the past, and definitely one that you guys should know, and that is to play with people that you either know or can communicate really well with, because people that communicate and teams that communicate will always persevere over a team full of people who don't communicate and don't know each other. I'm not saying that you won't get very far if you're playing on your own, but you can still play on your own and still try to initiate conversation with your teammates. Most of the time people do have microphones, they just don't want to speak, but if you start up a conversation or start up pointing things out, normally they will start to initiate a conversation with you, which then allows you all to communicate and be on the same page as to what you're doing in the round. So my fourth point is one that's very strange, but I highly recommend this, and that is downloading Razer surround sound. Now, despite just making your headphones sound a lot better and making them in surround sound basically, the biggest advantage of having this software for Siege is it allows you to hear from different angles a lot better. So if someone's walking up from behind you or to your side, you can hear a lot better than with normal headset or without the software installed. This is really good when you're defending, because you can hide in any spot and no one can sneak. Oh, I mean, people can sneak up when you steal, obviously you have to stay alert, but it's a lot easier for you to not be snuck up on, because you can hear everything that's going on. Not only does it make it clearer and louder, but it also, like I said, allows you to hear from different angles and directions, so you can hear from wherever they're coming from, above you, below you, to the side of you, behind you, anywhere, and it just makes it so much better. And not only that, it just makes the game more enjoyable because everything sounds 10 times cooler. So the final point is life after death, and a lot of people do this, including myself, where once you die in a game, you think, oh, I'm dead, we instantly lost, you know, it's over. Not everyone does this. You have to be it's one of those things, like, you have to be that kind of person. I do it. I'm really bad, I admit this, I'm awful. If I die, even if I'm like the worst on the team at the time, I just assume that, you know, we've lost, oh, it's game over, I'm dead. But what you got to remember is that your teammates are all in gold, so they're most likely going to be very competent. So instead of just sitting there like me and wallowing about how you died, you can hop on the cameras and basically make sure that you notify your teammates of what's going on. Or a good tactic that I do with my friend Jeff from Bubba Fabes a lot is if he's alive and I'm dead, he will put a drone behind him and I will, you know, hop onto that drone and keep an eye to make sure that no one comes up behind him. So what I'm basically saying is even when you're dead, you can still be a really, really big help to your team. Sometimes you can even be more of a help. Like if you're having one of those days where you can't secure any kills, you can still be just as helpful, you know, when you're dead, even if you are dead. You know, you don't have to be the guy who's getting 20 kills per game in order to be doing well for the team. You can do just as well by simply spotting on cameras and making sure that your teammates are more alert of what's going something around them. So yeah guys, those are my top 5 tips on how to get out of gold. If you guys have any more suggestions or tips, do put them in the comments, because then it just adds to the overall usefulness of coming to this video. Anyway guys, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smack that like button and subscribe for some more awesome Siege content. Again, I do apologize for my voice, I'm a little bit ill and I've just literally woken up as well, but I wanted to get this video out. But anyway guys, I hope you all have a really awesome day and I will catch you in the next one.